Welcome to Technology Design. On this video we will demonstrate how to use the phased array wizard. Click on Start, Collection Hardware and go to Summary. Here we check for pre-existing configuration. Close, go to Setup, import the SBIN tool settings and select the file you have previously prepared. I will just check if the file has been imported properly and it seems to be okay. To start the wizard, go to Wizard and Phased Array Calibration Wizard. The first step is to adjust the probe delay. You will see there are 4 options. We are going to use the V1 100mm radius. By clicking on Calibrate, you start the whole process. By moving the probe along the block, we will generate the image on the right side. Notice the red and blue limit lines. I will approach them as close as possible to my signal. By doing this, we are informing the system to ignore any signal outside the selected zone. After that, we activate the level amplitude function. We just need to move our probe along the block again to get a very balanced signal. If you look at the amplitude color bar, you will see that all the focal loss are adjusted at around 80%. I will just check again and then click on Pass 1 Complete. The system requests a second pass. Repeat the process and click Pass 2 Complete. Same again for Pass 3. And now a last time for Pass 4. After finishing Pass 4, you click on Calibrate. The system has now calculated the per focal or probe delay for this channel. To proceed, we will now click on Test. This will allow us to test our setup and see if everything went well. Move your probe along the block and check that all the columns are green. Notice the 2 red and white vertical lines. They indicate the plus and minus tolerance limit set here. As all focal loss are inside the limit, we can end the process by clicking on Stop. Next step is to create a TCG. We are going to create a 3-point TCG. Click on Calibrate and type in the true depth of your reflectors. In case you are using a second or third leg, you need to adjust it on the right column. Click on OK to start the TCG generation process. As you can see, the system indicates the first point to be calibrated. As we know the reflector's depth, we know where its reflection should appear. Drag and drop the limits box and downsize it as much as possible. Move the probe so that the beam crosses the reflector. The limit box will attach to the signal as soon as they touch, and it will follow it up to the end. During this process, it's very important that you have all the focal loss filled in. After this preparation, we can start. Move your probe along the block so that the reflection crosses all the focal loss. Press Pass 1 Complete when you finish. You will have to do the same process again for a second time. Notice on the right screen that you have the yellow markings from the first reading. The second pass is not necessarily identical, but it's usually similar. Click on Pass 2 Complete and then on Accept. The system then automatically moves to the second point, as you can see below. We will again downsize the limit box and move it to the location where we expect to find the indication. Just move your probe so that the indication crosses all the focal loss again. Here you can see that all the focal loss have been filled. You will also notice that other indications will not be considered as they are outside the limit box. Now proceed with the second pass for the second point. Click on second pass complete and accept. Software has changed automatically to the third point. Once again, resize the limit box and position it appropriately. Start moving your probe and cover all focal loss. There's no problem if you move back to ensure full coverage of all focal loss. Here you see that some portions of the green cordon seem to be missing, so just go back and it will fill it up. When finished, press second pass complete and accept. Notice the system has now changed to test mode. Our tolerance limit bars are also back. As you notice, we are back to our first point. Adjust the limit box and reposition it. Move your probe so that all the focal loss cross the reflector. A good calibration will result in having all the green columns within the tolerance limit bars. When finished, click on Test Next Point. Repeat the process for the second point. This process is very sensitive to the amount of couplant and the pressure you apply to the probe. Once again, click on Test Next Point when finished. And now we are going to do the same process for the third point. When finished, press Test Next Point. We have now covered all steps. To finish, just click OK. I'll just enable the TCG and have it shown on the screen. Go to TCG view and select one of the options. Adjust the zoom to have a better view. You'll remember that we created a 3-point TCG, but we have 4 points on screen right now. The first point is set automatically by the system at 0 amplitude and 0 distance. Place your probe on the first reflector to test point 2, and proceed the same way to test the other points. Using the phase array wizard, we have just calculated 32 probe delays and generated 32 different TCG curves in less than 10 minutes. Thanks for watching this video.